Alright guys, now that we got our map imported and everything's cleaned, refreshed, we're good to go. So let's go ahead and start typing some code. The first thing we need to do is have a way to reference that layer that we just made. So let's go ahead, and this is going to be basically exactly like this background layer, CCTMX layer, but instead of BG layer, name it like ST layer for special tiles layer. Looks good. So now let's just go ahead and copy this, copy that shiz, and paste it, and let's do the old copy and paste. Better make sure that's right before I there we go. Alright, everything looks good. So now we're done with this. We don't need to save it. We'll just build it all later. And now let's go ahead and synthesize this. Synthesize what was called ST layer. And now let's go ahead and dealloc, if I can find it, and releases. So self.st layer and set this equal to nil. Alright, so that takes care of all the housekeeping stuff. Let me make sure one more time everything's spelled right. Don't want to mess up there. So now what we can do is go ahead and in init, we need to go ahead and load this layer. So expand init. Right, like that, and might as well do it right after we load the background layer, so when we're reading we can visually see all our layers are loaded at relatively the same time. So what we need to do is just like this, set this equal to a layer. So self.st layer equals, what map do you want to use? The map, of course. Layer named, and the string for this, if you remember from the last tutorial, we named this ST. So now ST layer is actually the ST layer. And we're saying, alright, that's all we need to do. Well, actually we need to do one more thing. ST layer dot, we need to set the visibility to this to no, since when we painted it with those red blocks, that was only for us to see, the game developer. When they're actually playing the game, we don't want them to see that. That's only information that we should have. I mean, you can have it on there if you want, but your game's gonna look pretty dumb. So make sure that this layer isn't visible. By the way, anytime you want to hide a layer, that's how you do it. Alright, so now what we need to do is we need to add a new method to convert all the tiles to coordinates. Later on, what we're going to be doing is working with tile coordinates instead of the other properties. So we need a way to reference these tiles. And you're saying, alright, what the heck is a tile coordinate? Let me go ahead and explain it to you guys. Pretend this pretty much is our map. Tiled has built-in coordinate system for referencing each tile on your map. It starts with 0, 0 in the top left, and it goes, for example, this one would be 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 3, pretty much like Battleship if you ever played that. So anyways, what we need to do is find a way to convert our map so we can reference it as its coordinates, because later on when we check for what we need to collide in this stuff, and you know, basically what I'm saying, we need a way to convert this map to tiled coordinates. So let's go ahead, and enough of me ranting, let's do it right now. It's going to return a CG point and tile coord for position. And just go ahead, and we're going to pass in a CG point position. I actually got this off of some guy on the forums, and it helped me out a lot. So in order, what it's going to do is it's going to return to us a point, an X and Y value. So we're going to treat X and Y separately instead of doing it all in one shebang. In order to get the X coordinate position, is very easy. Just go ahead and pass in the X position and divide it by the map tile size dot width. So how easy is this? In order to get the X, all you do is take your position and divide it by the width of a tile, and this is going to give you your X coordinate of wherever, you know, whatever tile you want. Y is a little bit different because we need to do the opposite of this. So this formula is kind of weird, but this is what the guy told me to do, and it works for me. So let me see if I can remember this. Alright, so the map size, the height of the map, and we need to times this by the map tile size height, and this is pretty much going to give you the entire height of the map. And then take this entire thing and minus position dot y, and let me make sure that's right. Alright, looks good. And then take this and divide by the map dot tile size dot height, just like this. So let me read this and make sure that the map size dot height times the map tile size dot height minus position dot y, looks good, all over the map tile size height. So that looks pretty good. If I messed up your formula, again, I'm talking to that guy that I stole this from. Dude, if I messed up your formula, I'm sorry, I'll fix it later. But anyways, and what we want to do eventually is return CCP x y. So basically all this method does is it pretty much takes a tile and converts it to the coordinates that we need, because later on in the next tutorial we're going to be working with the coordinates, so that's why we need it. But like I said, that's for the next tutorial. It's probably going to take a little bit of time. We got one more method to go, and then we see this game up and running. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll actually copy this. Actually, you know what? I'm going to copy this method and post it in my forum, so if you want it, you can have it, because, you know, it took me a bit of searching around to figure out how to convert the tiles to coordinates. So I want to save you guys that trouble. So there you go. Click on the link below and it'll take you to it. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.